And jolly good morning, and welcome to the South Bank entrance to London Blackfriars Station in London, next to the River Thames. Today I'm going to do a walk which should take around about 45 minutes or so along the South Bank towards Charing Cross Station, cross over the river, and then take the North Bank route back to London Blackfriars. So it's a walk from the South Bank entrance to the north side entrance of London Blackfriars Station. Let's go and see what we can see this morning. A little bit of building work going on just outside Blackfriars Station. Once you get past this, it's not too bad, but there's the world famous River Thames, also the old part of the bridge, the railway line that used to take trains down into Holborn Viaduct back in the day. Always some interesting paintings, murals along the this is the walkway underneath the Blackfriars Road Bridge. Maybe slightly too early for a drink, but it does open from 10 o'clock in the morning, Doggett. And as it happens, it's just gone 10 o'clock. Bit of a chilly morning here in London, rather grey as well. There was a little bit of snow outside of London last night. Not a lot though. It's also a Tuesday morning, so most of the people wandering about are going to and from work. It's early March, early spring. Not a huge number of tourists in London at this time of year, but it's always a busy city, no matter when you come. Even during COVID it was fairly busy. Well, if you look back on my channel, there is a video that shows the River Thames completely still, no boats moving, nothing. And I just caught it at the turn of the tide, because as you know, the River Thames is tidal, so most of the time the water's either rushing in or rushing back out again. But it's just a very short period of time at the turn of the tide, at low tide and high tides, when it gets fairly still. But normally there's so many boats and so on going up and down, you don't really notice that. But during COVID, I think it was about April 2020 or maybe May, when things were really locked down and there was nobody coming into London, it was quite surreal. So you can hunt for that one in my back catalogue of videos. Anyway, it's a nice morning for a walk, because quite often it's really busy along this section here, particularly at the weekend. On a Sunday morning and times like that, loads of people come for a walk down here, because it really is quite pleasant. Yeah, it's not a real one. Very few of those about these days, real ones. There's a few knocking about in London, so you can take that picture of been inside an old-fashioned British red phone box. Someone went and invented mobile phones, so they're pretty redundant these days. Oxo Tower. That's quite a striking building when you look at it from afar. You can't really see it from literally underneath it. It'll appear on this video later on. Rather sadly, a lot of these piers here have been closed. They're quite nice to go onto to take some pictures up and down the river. But, presumably they need some work doing on them. They're made of wood and I suppose a bit of rotter setting. Yeah, looks like they're replacing the wood walkway in there. Should be ready to walk on again in about 5 years' time. It's quite a chilly morning actually here in London today. It's I think it's about 3 or 4 degrees with quite a cold breeze blowing, so hands are in the pockets. A nice spring or summer's day, you'd have difficulty finding a seat to sit on round here. They'd all be taken up with people just chilling out, drinking a coffee, eating a sandwich or whatever. But you'd have no problem today. Then again, you would feel cold quite quickly. Gabriel's Wharf coming up. It's now basically a what would you call it? A selection of places to eat food. Different little cafes and restaurants down there. It's pretty good, it's quite usual. I mean, it's a bit of a tourist trap, so you've got tourist trap prices to go with it, but on the whole it's pretty good. I've been in there too, one or two. I've been to this pizza place, not too bad at all. And one or two other interesting shops down there as well. Something still expensive, but not quite so expensive. You've got the ice cream, donuts, churros, coffee, and it just says hot food, which I think essentially extends to hot dogs from this old-fashioned food truck. It's always here, never goes anywhere, and I can smell the churros now. Beautiful. This is Queen's Walk. Put my teeth back in. Queen's Walk on the South Bank. And just over there is Waterloo Bridge. Yeah, it's quite quiet this morning. So the few tourists that are knocking around are still having their breakfast. Most people that work in London, that come in to London still to work, should, I would say, probably be already in there. Now, whose is this dog? He knows his way. Somebody's dog. He doesn't look lost anyway. National Theatre coming up. Looks like it's been completely and utterly gutted and renovated. Not been down here for a few months, and I'm sure when I came down here last time it wasn't. I don't know what's happening to that. There'll be a sign in a moment explaining what's going on, whether it's just been completely taken down, rebuilt, turned into high-end apartments or something. I really must not be quite so cynical on these videos, although I'm probably right. What you do find at this time of year in London, a lot of school groups. Probably a good time of year to take foreign language students out of school and bring them to London. Probably a relatively cheap time of year to do that. Drilling, pneumatic drills. Of course, that's the National Theatre there. That's the can't remember the name of it now. Queen Elizabeth Exhibition Hall or something like that. I mean, just look at it. Love it or hate it. I think Prince Charles, or King Charles as he is now, called it a carbuncle back in the day when it was first put up. Well, it's loved by many, and a lot of very famous actors and actresses have performed in there. Yeah, you can tell it's fairly quiet time of year for London. A lot of the tourist boats are just moored up. Probably won't see any action for another couple of months yet until it's Easter time. Some of them are out and about, of course. For me, the best way to see along the River Thames by boat is to take one of the Uber boats, the public boat services that go up and down. It's a lot cheaper and you get just as good a view. The only thing you don't really get on one of those is a running commentary of where you are and what you're passing, like you would do on a tour boat. But they've got toilets on there. They've got a little cafe usually, a little bar, so you can grab a coffee or whatever. There's a lot of drilling going on in London at the moment. It's quite often a book market just here. These are the locked up boxes of books, I guess, inside that belong to the stall holders. They're quite often out here, so I don't know what days of the week they're open, but clearly not on a Tuesday morning. So that's the noise down here, tree cutting, just cutting back some of the trees. Noisy. I'll turn off there for a moment because that was just too noisy. It's almost like they're trying to, there's one of the Thames Clippers or Uber boats. I've got another little video if you look back. I did a run from Blackfriars back to Blackfriars using the Thames Clippers, the Emirates airline down at Greenwich North, the Docklands Light Railway, and then finally a bus back to Blackfriars, plus a bit of walking in between. So you can do a little tour like that from somewhere like Blackfriars or anywhere along the river where you can get on the clippers and use an Oyster card. You don't need separate tickets or anything like that. Pay as you go Oyster card will get you on all of those things. There's a lot of people inside that police boat. Wow, it is noisy down here today. Just coming up to the Charing Cross footbridges. I'll cross over there in a moment and go over to the north side. Hopefully it'll be a bit quieter over there. It's usually much quieter on this side than the north side, but I think it's going to be the other way around today. There's the Savoy Hotel as well. Do you know something? I've actually changed my mind. I'm going to carry on past Charing Cross Bridge and go down to Westminster Bridge to the Houses of Parliament, because I've walked past the north side of Westminster Bridge probably 1,000 times, and every single time it is absolutely packed with people trying to get, well, nowadays selfies, but photographs in general of the Houses of Parliament, Big Ben, etc. And even on a quiet day like today, I predict it will still be quite busy with a lot of people there all taking that iconic photo, if you like. I'm right under Charing Cross Railway Bridge now. You can probably hear a train just going over the top. I was going to walk over there, over to the other side here, but I'll carry on a little bit further. Quite often have pop-up food stalls along here, especially just before Christmas. Also one in summertime, generally speaking, with different foods of the world. Even the carousel's been sealed off today. Annual renovation, I suppose. Halal fish and chip van. Battered cod and chips, £12. Wow. Fish and chips used to be food for the masses. Now it's almost a luxury item. I don't know how good that guy is. But £12 for cod and chips. I bet he charges extra for ketchup. Or mayo. I think we'll call this Noisy Tuesday. I think just everywhere you go, London's not the quietest city in the world at the best of times, but today, with all the drilling, pneumatic drills, chainsaws and leaf blowers, it's quite noisy this morning. Now we're getting towards a real major tourist hotspot, that's of course the London Eye, which doesn't look like it's actually opened yet for the day. So nobody queuing up to go on it. Maybe, I thought it'd be open before now. A few people lurking about, so they want to join a queue to get on it fairly shortly. So must be actually opening today because the ticket office is open, so I suspect it's perhaps 10:30 or 11 o'clock. In fact, it's 25 to 11 now, so perhaps it's 11 o'clock it opens, which is I find that quite surprising really, if it's as late as that in the day. Plane heading towards Heathrow. And the London Dungeon, that used to be at London Bridge, underneath London Bridge. It moved here a few years ago now, when they redeveloped London Bridge and upgraded it somewhat. No idea what Shrek's Adventure is like. I've been in the old, or the original London Dungeon at London Bridge, which was quite good fun. That's for Shrek's Adventure. I do not know. And also the Sea Life Centre. So there's quite a few things around this part of London. This is just on the other side of the River Thames from Westminster Bridge and Westminster itself, the Houses of Parliament that you can see there. And just here, as I say, you've got the London Eye, London Dungeon, Shrek's Adventure, Sea Life, London Aquarium, and a whole host of places that you can buy food. I think there's a McDonald's here as well, actually, somewhere. Might have missed McDonald's, might have walked past it. St Thomas's Hospital. Always something, COVID aside, happening on the River Thames. So we're approximately halfway around the walk now. Just going over Westminster Bridge towards the Houses of Parliament, and this is where you will bang into many people all trying to do selfies, take pictures of themselves, selfie sticks, you name it. Everyone has to come here and have their picture taken just here. And why wouldn't you? A lot of very high-end apartments over there. Well, it's probably not quite as busy as it usually is. Well, this is ground zero for selfies. And right up there with ones that you may take of yourself on the Staten Island ferry with the Statue of Liberty behind you, or top of the Rock in New York with the Empire State Building behind you, or in Sydney with the Opera House or the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's one of those places that you just have to get a selfie done. Preferably with a red bus in there as well. You can also pick up tourist tour boats from here as well, along with the Uber boats. Most of the tour boats do packages including lunch or dinner, so it's not just a public service like the Uber boats. If that's your bag, go for it. Yeah, it's it is pretty busy here. And there we go, 10:45. Famous Shines. It's a very cold day, otherwise I'd hang around until 11 o'clock for the 11. Certainly looking splendid now. It's been refurbished, renovated. Had scaffolding around it for a good few years. I remember as a youngish boy, probably about 10 or 11 years of age, going for a walk around London with my granddad and walking up these ferry steps. And it was just like it is now. It was in summer, so it was a lot busier than it is right this moment. It was a hot summer's day and nearly collapsing. I think, I don't know how many miles we walked around London that day, but I remember getting to here and just thinking, I can't go on any further. It was just, it was quite overwhelming, but I was only quite young at the time. Nothing much has changed in all that time. Except it's a bit quieter today. And the price of the tourist tat in that little shop there is somewhat more expensive. This is Westminster Pier, River Bus, River Tours. And there's a whole host of places where you can get tickets for the tours. And of course the Uber boats, you can use an Oyster card or your contactless cards. Tap in, tap out. For my money, that's the best way of seeing the river, go up and down on the Uber boats. Unless, of course, you want to have something a little bit more upmarket, lunch and glasses of champagne and so on and so forth. tomorrow, Westminster Burgers is closed. I don't think I've ever seen that closed before. I was fine along the north side here as we walk back towards Blackfriars Station that there's quite a few nice places you can just sit down if you've got some sandwiches or a drink and just watch the world go by for a little while. These places, these seats here being an example of that. But over on the other side of the road there, which I'll point out when we get to them, there's a couple of small parks that are pretty good for sitting in and are frequented by workers on their lunch breaks in the summer. I don't suppose there'll be too many sat there this time of year. That's a sign that many will have seen before, New Scotland Yard. The less said about the Met Police, the better really. Memorial to the Battle of Britain. I like this, it's really, really nicely done. Just stopped filming there for a little while because there was a large group of school kids. Didn't really want to film those for obvious reasons, and they've been quite noisy as well. So pub on the Thames, open 7 days a week. And we've come to the Victoria Embankment diversion. That's due to the work that's going on. It's getting noisy again. There is an actual real red phone box. I don't know if it's still got a phone inside it, but it looks well graffitied, and looks like it's seen better days as well. Well, as I've been forced to come over this side of the road, away from the river, I might as well walk through the park. Yeah, last time I came down here, which was during, well, certainly in autumn or in the summer, it was a warm day, very warm day, and this was packed out. The grass was full of people sat there having their lunch, having a coffee, eating their sandwiches. You couldn't get a seat, definitely not. and yeah, quite quiet today. The flowers are coming out nicely though. It's early spring, so a little bit to go yet. It's amazing how the volume of the traffic is masked just by the few bushes and trees that are actually there between me and the road. How much quieter it suddenly gets. Although this is London, so it's never that quiet. I don't know where you get your table tennis bats from to have a game on there, and balls, but presumably you can get some from somewhere, or bring your own. Just hope it's not a windy day, otherwise you'll be forever chasing your ball down the path. I'm just getting back towards Charing Cross Station now, and the footbridge there that I was originally going to walk across, but changed my mind. That's the beauty of going for a walk. You don't have to do what you say you're going to do. Change your mind halfway. Some more selfies being done here. Oh yeah, that's the name of them. I couldn't remember the name for a minute. Whitehall Gardens. And underneath Charing Cross Station, which is there, is Embankment Tube Station. I'll take a slightly different walk. I'm not going to go underneath Charing Cross Rail Bridge. Well, not through that part of it anyway. Cars just come as soon as you set off. Yeah, so if you wanted to get back to the South Bank, you could take this flight of stairs here to the footbridge that runs next to the railway line, the railway bridge, over to the other side, or indeed on the other side of the railway bridge there's another one. So there's a footbridge on both sides of the railway line that comes out of Charing Cross Station. The reason I came here is this takes you to another park and a few interesting-ish sort of shops along here where you can pick up some refreshment. I think I must just have oversensitive hearing today, because everything seems to be a lot louder than it really needs to be, including that air conditioning. The obligatory Starbucks has a public toilet in there, just saying, and Embankment Station. Walk on up there to past the side of Charing Cross Station, you'll come to Strand. And again, park here in summertime, warm summer's days or spring or autumn days, usually packed out with people relaxing, having a sandwich or whatever. Won't be long and all these trees will be full of leaves again. Which does offer and give you plenty of shelter in the summer. When it's a hot day, you can sit on these seats or underneath the tree and be quite sheltered from the sun. Now Britain's got its own Mediterranean climate that goes up to 40 in the summer. We do need a little bit more in the way of shelter from the sun. Robert Burns, a poetic genius, according to that. Even the cafe here looks like it's been renovated. There seems to be a lot of renovation work and repair work going on this time of year. I guess in time for spring or Easter and onwards and into the summer, when I'm sure London will be absolutely packed out with visitors, as it should be. Now definitely will be the time of year to get those repair works and renovations done on your business. Nice to see the fountain, and for those that don't know, that's Cleopatra's Needle, or as my grandson called it, Cleopatra's Noodle. Either way around. It's another well-known landmark in London. Like any good hotel, it doesn't tell you it's a hotel, not from this side anyway. This is Victoria Embankment Gardens, in case I didn't mention that already. And when we get to the end of them here, we'll be back to Waterloo Bridge. And of course, if you walk across Waterloo Bridge, you might be surprised to learn you'll come to Waterloo Station, another of the really, if not the biggest, or certainly one of the biggest mainline stations here in London, of which there are quite a few. Oh, it does say Savoy on the outside here. Yeah, quite understated though. That's the rear door for the Savoy, or the embankment entrance. It's probably what they actually call it. And the main entrance you can reach by going up there. You'll reach Strand. Oh no, you can't actually. Oh yeah, you can. You go around the corner and then to the left, and you'll come to the main entrance of the hotel on the Strand. just come up to a place called Somerset House, which is where all the records of births, deaths and marriages and so on used to be kept. And if you wanted to look up your ancestry and so on, then you could go to Somerset House and do that. Well, of course it's not there anymore, or the records aren't there anymore, and you can quite easily do most of those things by signing up to some websites online. But back in the day, as they say, that's where you would have gone. I don't know where all those records have gone to now, but they're not there anymore. It's has exhibitions and events now. Has an ice rink in winter time. I should think that's probably gone by now, if it was even there at all this year. And yeah. A few sort of expensive places to eat and drink in there. The home of cultural innovators now. It's going to take a slight deviation away from the embankment. It's very noisy, a lot of traffic. There's not a huge amount to see between here and Blackfriars along that section, and go via Temple. It's the back entrance to King's College as well. The main entrance being on the Strand. I keep saying the Strand, it is just Strand. One of the red ones on the Monopoly board. So many interesting places to see in London. So much building work going on in London just now. Everywhere you look. Never ending. think I've been up these steps before. Almost feel obliged to do it now. Just walking up towards Fleet Street now. It's the Royal Courts of Justice up there, just ahead of us. Some interesting little streets just off Fleet Street. Small little pubs where you can imagine one or two dodgy dealings went on in the past. Not so sure it happens now, but certainly when the British press were based in Fleet Street and there were courts and the barristers and lawyers in Temple, I'm sure a lot was discussed over a gin and tonic. Quite quiet along here, which is interesting. Now then, I believe this there's another stall that's not open today. Little last time I came here, they sold Thai green curries, I think, and it was fabulous. But I'm not so sure. There's no sign on there to say when it's going to be open. It's probably a bit early for lunch, really. It's still about 11:15. I always find this a very tranquil place. It's still got a bit of noise of London, but generally speaking, it's quite a calm little area to come and sit. It's the church. Middle Temple Hall, Parliament Chambers, Queen's Room and Prince's Room, closed to the public. So we're just running parallel to the River Thames to my right and Fleet Street to my left in an area called Temple. Little garden. Yeah, sometimes you can't believe you're actually in the middle of London when you go down some of these back streets and into these areas. Elm Court, Middle Temple. No old clunkers in this car park. We'll walk back up to Fleet Street and finish the walk by walking down to the end of Fleet Street, back to Blackfriars. And we'll get a nice view of St Paul's Cathedral from the end of Fleet Street. And that'll conclude the walk. Taking a lot longer than I normally do for a walk like this. Probably heading towards an hour and a half now. There's a lot of places around this part of London that look like you shouldn't really be walking in them. But unless you see a sign which specifically says private property, don't go in, or no public access or anything like that, then generally speaking you're perfectly okay to have a little wander around them. Even if it looks like you might not be allowed. And what's the worst that can happen if you go somewhere where you're not supposed to be? Someone will politely ask you to leave. Fancy suits there. As if by magic, we arrive on Fleet Street. About halfway down Fleet Street. Oh yes. My next port of call later on. Long gone are the days when the British press were based here, with all the printing presses and all the papers coming out from all the well-known British newspapers like Daily Express, Times, so on and so forth. Well, still shadows of what used to be here. More noise. Let's see how noisy we can be today. Incredible. Whoa. Tipperary, London's oldest Irish pub. Looks like it's been closed down. It's not the oldest Irish pub anymore then. The former oldest Irish pub. Ooh. Cheshire. I'm just trying to think what was there before. It's been a while since I came down Fleet Street. Well, whatever was there before has now gone, and they're going to build something else. And there's St Paul's Cathedral. To carry on from the end of Fleet Street, you'll come straight to St Paul's Cathedral, which is worthy of a look round. And this is where Fleet Street meets Farringdon Street. And the traffic lights where you have to stand for what seems like an eternity to cross the road. These old red phone boxes are certainly starting to look a bit sorry for themselves these days. And the road we're on now leads us straight onto Blackfriars Road Bridge and to Blackfriars Station, which will conclude this walk. There's some very nice food smells wafting around, I think from Cheeky Chico's possibly. More building work going on, it's incredible. And welcome back to Blackfriars Station, just over there, which, despite the look of the front of it, which looks like it's got scaffolding around it, it hasn't. That's what it's supposed to look like, believe it or not. I always think that looks, while it's a fabulous station that spans the River Thames, I always think this facade here, the front here, just looks like it's not been finished. Anyway, that's Blackfriars Mainline Railway Station and London Underground Station. So I've completed the walk. There's the Blackfriar pub, by the way. See that in quite a lot of photos. That completes the walk. If you're carrying over the bridge, you'll come back to where we started. But I'm going into Blackfriars. I'm going to head home. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheerio. See you again. Bye bye.